has their family traditions, whether it's family night, game night, spending the summer at the lake house, visiting grandma, or once-a-week family dinners. Regardless, everybody has some sort of a tradition. Generally speaking, a lot of times kids aren't exactly so gung-ho about the whole thing. They're sort of forced to do it. But that's not the case for my family. We look forward to our family traditions every year. We do something a little bit differently though. Every year, the 5 of us, my mom, my dad, and my 2 younger sisters, decide somewhere in the world we've never been before and travel there together. Whether it's skiing in Montana, hiking in Glacier National Park, or going to Italy, we tried everything. One of my favorite trips, though, happened 2 years ago when we decided to go to Paris for Christmas. Well, because we're such experienced travelers, we were so excited to go. We packed our bags, we left early, like you're always supposed to do. We got there, we checked our bags, everything was fine. We sat down at a little restaurant and waited for our plane to take off. But we then realized that there was a delay sign in front of our flight, which was a problem because we would have then missed our connection flight. My mom, being an experienced traveler better than all of us, went and tried to fix the situation. But instead of having an experienced concierge, she had somebody with the name tag of Cherry written on herself. And this woman was not kind. She was screaming at my mom. They got into a huge argument, and it was an unnecessary scene. It was so embarrassing. So eventually everything worked itself out, and we got to France. However, once we arrived at Charles de Gaulle, we waited, and we waited, and waited. But our luggage never showed up. We had to spend our entire first day in France in the luggage section describing what our luggage looked like, hoping that it was somewhere in the world. We had to travel the first 3 days in France in the exact same clothes that we had traveled on an airplane with, which is usually pajamas for the most part. Finally, it was Christmas Eve, and we decided that we couldn't exactly wear that out to dinner. So my dad took us out, we got all new clothes, walked to dinner, and enjoyed ourselves, and tried to act like our luggage wasn't missing, and it was very upsetting. We finally come back to our hotel about 12:30 Christmas morning, and what do we see the second we walk in but our luggage? It had come just in time the very first morning of Christmas Day. We call it our own Christmas miracle. So it's the moral of the story is to expect the unexpected, stick together as a family, and of course, most importantly, never stop believing in Santa Claus.